Okay. So recently my life has been taken over. I've been consumed by another world. And if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen me on Instagram stories the other night telling you guys all about the movie After and the book series. Now let me just say, I know the movie came out like last year and the new movie, it should be coming out in the next couple of months. I'm sad that I jumped on the bandwagon so late. I honestly am just obsessed to the point that I'm literally gonna sit down, do my makeup and talk about it the whole entire video. If you haven't seen the movie or you haven't read the book series, I'm gonna try my hardest not to spoil anything for anyone, but just keep in mind that I might drop a few things in this video about the movie and the book series. So if you have read it and you have seen the movie, this video is for you. We can just sit down and talk about how much we love it. Like, I'm telling you right now, when Twilight came out, I was like 13, I believe, and that just, that consumed my life for years. And still to this day, at 24 years old, if I'm ever sad or like need something to calm me down, I put Twilight on and I just, you know, pretend that I'm a fucking vampire and live my best life. I was also like super obsessed with Vampire Diaries like years ago. I still love the show. I've watched it so many times. I let that shit consume my life a lot too. And even my boyfriend, he got really into Vampire Diaries, and we would sit there at night just episode after episode, and then all day, the next day at work, all I would think about would be like Stefan and Elena and how gorgeous Stefan was. After's my new thing. I'm 24 years old and I'm obsessed with it and I need to talk about it. So let's do my makeup and let's discuss the movie and the books. And I'm telling you right now, those books, baby, they are something else. Whew, I get hot just thinking about it. Let me just tell you how I got into After. Okay, so a few weeks ago, I had a day off from work and I ran myself a bath. I wasn't feeling very good. I wanted to scrub my tan off, reapply, wash my hair, all that shit, shave my legs. And I was running the bath and I wanted like a really good movie to watch, and I was on YouTube and After came up in my suggestions. So I was like, oh, okay. And then I watched the trailer and I was like, I did not rent that shit. I bought that fucking movie because the trailer sold me. Anyway, I'm in the bath, living my best life, movie's playing, and like halfway through the movie, I was like, oh my God, my sister-in-law would love this movie for many reasons. It's totally up her alley. And also her name is Tess, like Tessa. So I messaged her and I'm like, bitch, have you seen the movie After? And she replies and she's like, bitch, yes, I fucking have. And then she said to me, she was like, do you remember, like I read the books years ago? And I was like, yes, I remember her years ago. I'm talking like 2017, 16 even. She read the books and I remember her telling me about it and how obsessed she was with them. So I finished watching the movie. The actor that plays Harden, sorry hun, how does someone so fucking beautiful exist? Let me know. My obsession is real. My boyfriend knows. I watched the movie, finished it in the bath, was blown away, loved every minute of it, to the point where I then went and got myself some dinner, came home, jumped in bed, put it on again. I then watched it again after that. So I watched it 3 times in one day. This whole time I'm texting my sister-in-law talking about how amazing it is, blah, blah, blah. And she said to me, she was like, you need to read the books, because the books, they're slightly different and they're really fucking good. And I was like, yeah, but I don't like books. Like, I don't read. I don't like reading. I can never get into them. I'm the type of person that will read a page from a book and then forget what they just fucking read and then have to read it again. So I bought the books. So I chose to not buy After the book and read that because I watched the movie. And even though Tess said to me it's different than the movie, they're similar but there's different things to it, I didn't want to taint my opinion on the movie, so I just went straight to the second book, which is After We Collided. I'm not lying, I read that book within like 2 days. I was obsessed. I spent like from 2 o'clock until about 8 o'clock at night reading it. I did not move from my bed. It consumed me. The book was so good. I've read all of them now, and out of all the books, After We Collided is my favorite. I don't know what it is about it, but I just love that fucking book out of all of them. That one and half of the last book is my favorite. This book, and I'm telling you right now, whether you watch the movie or not, you need to read the fucking books because they are just so amazing. It's a really easy read. What I love the most about it is how realistic it is when they have sex in the book. The way that Anna Todd described it, the way they speak to each other, it's super realistic, super realistic. Their relationship in the books in general is so realistic, and I think I related to it a lot because it kind of reminded me of my boyfriend, like our relationship now when we first got together when I was 18. He had like never had a girlfriend before, and he was a bit of a, reminded me of Harden and Tessa in the book, because Harden is literally like, he's just literally like a fuckboy, totally and utterly not good with women in like relationship ways, not in sexual ways. He knows what he's doing. Tessa's like this girl that thinks she's got her whole life fucking sorted, and she's like really innocent and stuff. And this is the thing, right? It's so true in real life. The innocent ones, they're the ones. Like, they're the ones that get raunchy. They're the ones that love it, you know what I mean? I just loved the way that it was written and how realistic it was. Like, even their arguments in the book, they argue all the time because they're two different people coming together. And Harden does some really fucked up things, not gonna lie. But at the same time, I was getting super, super frustrated with Tessa. Bitch, alright. She was shitting me a lot. By the end of the book, I was like, fuck me, you're annoying. You can't expect, and this goes for like real life, I know this is just a book, but you can't expect someone to change overnight so drastically. And you can't expect too much from them because you just can't put that type of pressure on someone. And I know, like in the book, Harden did some bad things and he was a bit of an asshole, and he was really like possessive, protective, jealous. He was super, super jealous. You just can't expect someone to become Mr. Perfect overnight and change their entire life, who they are, what they think about life, because of just you know what I mean? That's a bit just, you know, who are you to say that? Anyway, she really annoyed me in the book, like straight up super annoyed me. I was getting so fucking frustrated at her in the book. I was like, oh my god, you don't understand, you don't notice the little changes. Their relationship is really frustrating in the book because I don't want to give too much away, but they fight and break up a lot and get back together. And it's just like kind of repetitive. That's kind of what it's like when you're in a toxic relationship though in real life. You break up, you get back together and stuff like that. It was getting really frustrating because I was like, oh my god, I just want them to be together and be happy and have sex more. Like, there's a lot of sex in the book. There is so much of it, but I just wanted them, I literally wanted the book to be like porn. I'm being straight up honest. This is TMI, but no joke, I was getting vagina flutters. And Cooper would come in and be like, you alright, Hannah? I'd be like, he's also like so overhearing about it. I don't really talk to him about it anymore. Like, every conversation we were having was related to after. I made him sit down and watch the movie as well, and when the lake scene came on, if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. I was sitting on the couch and he was looking at me and he was like, I know why you like this movie. Throughout watching the movie with him, I kept pausing it and being like, okay, but in the book it happens like this. So I still love the movie a lot. Like, I still love it. I've watched it like 10 times. I've stopped watching it now because I almost know all the words. The only thing is, I feel like with the movie, and I don't know whose fault this is, I think the actors did amazing. They chose the perfect actors to play the parts. There's just certain things, like in the movie, Harden's really soft. He's not as mean, edgy, it's not as accurate. And like, even though with the sex scenes in the movie, I know they're meant to be like young and stuff and, you know, in college and all that stuff, but because I've read the books and I've read like the sex scenes in the book and then I watch the movie, I'm like, it's so fucking PG, and it cannot be PG. Like, After's not PG at all. It's like got some really hardcore like storylines within the books, and like the sex scenes are really like graphic when you're reading them, but they should have done it more, I don't know, more like 50 Shades. You know, 50 Shades, like the book is so different to the movie, but like the sex scenes in 50 Shades, like the movies, are really full on, and I think they should have done that with After. And I know people are like, yeah, but they're young, man. But it's just like, it's realistic. When you're 18, you're experimenting, you're learning things about yourself, hun. It's like what the book portrayed it as, you know what I mean? That's how you do it. There's so many things that I'm like, wait, what? I feel like in the movie, there wasn't enough character development. There's a lot of conversations and a lot of things that happened between Harden and Tessa in the book that didn't happen in the movie. And I feel like the movie just kind of jumped and it was just really quick. Like, they met, then they hung out, then they were living together. Even though it does happen really fast in the book, them living together. There was little arguments and conversations and certain things that happened in the book that I feel like they should have put in the movie. And even with the lake scene in the movie, like, they did that so well. That scene's so good, oh my god. But in the book, they do things. He doesn't say like, we've got time. No, he's all about it in the book. He's just like, yes bitch, let's do this shit. But even with the characters in the movie, like Zed, he's like a main character in the book series, and in the movie he's like non-existent. He says like 2 lines or something in it, and I'm like, what the fuck? And they're coming out with it after we collided, because I've researched it, obviously. I looked it up, and I'm following everyone on Instagram just so I can know when the fucking movie comes out. I don't know how they're gonna do it. Are they just not gonna put that storyline in the movie? There's so many things that they didn't put in the first movie that are so prominent in the like second book that makes the second book good. So I'm like, I don't know how they're gonna do it. They changed directors, I think, and the dude that's directing it directed Cruel Intentions. Oh my god, that movie was my fucking jam when I was like 8. Don't ask me why I was watching Cruel Intentions when I was a child, but I was, and I watched it the other night. Oh my god, it still gives me so many feels. So if it's anything like that type of vibe, oh my god, it's gonna be so good. But my only concern is, how are they gonna mesh the first movie, the way it was made, into that? I hope they make it quite sexual, because that's the whole point of it. Like, the books literally are so, it's like porn. It's so good. When I finished the book series though, I was bawling my eyes out. The book finished in such a beautiful way. Camera's gonna die. I've got to charge it for a little bit. BRB. So I've done my eyes off camera. They're a bit pretty, aren't they? I feel like the books in the movie affected me in such a positive way. Like, I was able to like really get consumed by it. And like, oh my god, I've never read a book that's made me feel the way that After did. I like cried, I got angry, vagina flutters, hun. I was excited, couldn't stop reading it. Like, my eyes could not tear away from the book. I was reading it at work on my lunch break. I was reading it in between like clients. I was, you know, reading it constantly. Once I finished it, I was like, okay, I can like start watching Netflix and stuff again with Cooper. And we put on like 13 Reasons Why, because I hadn't seen like the 3rd season of that. And I got into it, but the whole time I was still thinking about After. And then we put on Riverdale, because I hadn't seen the latest season of that. And I've decided I don't like Riverdale anymore. Every movie that I come across, I'm like, it's not After, I don't want to watch it. And it's so funny, because I watched like a few interviews and stuff of like the author, Anna Todd, and like some of the actors and stuff on YouTube. And now when I open up my YouTube account, recommended is just nothing but After, and like fan made videos and stuff, which is just a lot. Like, I'm obsessed, but I'm not that obsessed. I came across this YouTuber the other day. It came up in my recommended videos because it was to do with After, and I forgot his name, but it's this dude that like reviews movies and stuff, and like films his reaction. I love reaction videos, and he was reviewing the movie, and he pointed out some really good things that I was just like, oh, that makes sense. In the movie, there's so much silence. Like, they don't talk a lot, and so much music. Like, you know, when they do like the scenes where they're like running and stuff, like they go for way too long, and I feel like they could have totally made the movie more like the book by removing those parts. It fully has started an obsession with me when it comes to like English accents. I just find English accents so attractive. I don't know why. Shit. Hi, how you going? Nice to meet you. Would you like to hang out sometime? I also came across this girl who makes, through After obviously, because it came up on my feed on YouTube. She does book review videos and stuff, and she made like 2 videos about books that are similar to After, or like one of the videos, the title was, if you liked After, you'll like this book. Because now that I have found a book that I love, I'm on a mission to find more. There is one called Beautiful Disaster, which kind of has the same kind of storyline to After. It's a little different, but I think it's too close to After for me to enjoy it. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. In the movie, I just keep going on about this. I should have written notes so it wasn't just like such a fucking all over the place type of video. Okay, this is a spoiler alert, so if you haven't seen the movie, please skip. When the whole like dare thing comes out, in the book, it's way more like brutal and fucking nasty, and it's more, it's a bet. It's a literal bet between 2 people to take this girl's virginity. And it's so funny because I was talking about this to my friend the other day, and that's so realistic. I know so many girls, and even one of my friends, there was a bet on taking their virginity. Like, people actually do that. It affected me in a negative way too though, because like I've been in my relationship with my boyfriend for, it's coming up 7 years this year. I was 18 when we got together. Our relationship's really good. We have a really healthy, good relationship, I believe anyway. But it kind of like, I don't know, I was like, I miss like the beginning of a relationship. Do you know like the honeymoon stage when you're like texting and you like go out and you like catch up and you go home with them, and like you get excited when you see them, and it's just like this whole different like thing when you're like falling for someone. Like, I obviously am in love with my boyfriend, and I think back to like our relationship when we first started going out, and how like, oh, it was funny, it was fun, it was, oh, now we're like a married fucking couple without the wedding ring. I saw, like, I don't know if it's been leaked or something, I don't know if it's going to be in the movie, but I saw on YouTube this sneak peek thing of the movie, the second movie, and it looks really good. When it comes out, bitch, I'm going straight to that cinema. I never go to the cinemas. Oh, I do, but I used to go to them all the time. I'm gonna go straight to that fucking cinema and watch that fucking movie. Sorry, someone's trying to message me and it's really annoying. Pinks and reds make your blue eyes, if you've got blue eyes, pop hectically. I'm telling you right now. I love this palette, by the way. My boyfriend bought it for me for Christmas. It's the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Ghost Palette, limited edition, darling. I got one of these a few years ago. Sorry, there's a hair on my nose. And loved it. So the fact that he bought this for me, thanks hun, thanks so much. Honestly, sometimes you literally just forget about good products. Like, this is MAC Warm Soul, like their mineralized blush. I haven't used it in ages and it's so nice. It's one of those blushes that you can literally just fucking pack on for days and it's just never gonna look cakey. Benefit cookie. Watch this. Ready? Sorry, what? What's that? I can't talk now because I'm doing my lip liner. I can't believe this was $70. Like, what are you? I'm that extra. I have a little fan. Just help dry my setting spray. Fuck me. Who am I? I swear, like, I am down to earth and humble. I really am. I just take my makeup very seriously. And so I should. It's like one of my jobs. We're done with the makeup and it looks so nice. Don't know when this obsession is gonna stop. It needs to stop right now because it's interfering with my life. I'm like 24, obsessing over this shit. And honestly, God, I'm telling you right now, fucking hell, can't wait for this next movie.